Still Tuesday, 10th of January 2017, 1639 hours, Central European time. After having recorded a little off-topic on finance movie projects, I figured let's do a little on-topic video that touches on a topic that I haven't touched on in, well, I'm pretty sure a few weeks, if not months now. Namely, to let certain people out there know, I mean anybody who watches these videos in time, know of my precise situation, and especially financially. I have been unemployed for years now, and I am one rent away from being evicted. This is independent of whatever the IBAN and ilk choose to do in I said if I could be asked to make a video about the 20 or 36 or whatever it was fucking pages that I got from this here shit from the Verfassungsschutz. First of all, of these pages, 9, I can show you this. 9 are actually, I'll get back to what this has to do with money, okay? 9 of these pages are actually identical, which means that in these, I think it was 36 pages, there's 2 sets of 9 pages that are in here twice. I don't know how I am to interpret that, whether they just were sloppy, and they accidentally sent me one set of 9 2 times, or if they actually were supposed to send me 9 other pages, but instead I got 9 pages twice instead of a total of 18 different pages, or whatever. I can show you here how, let's see, where exactly does this start in being double? See, all these pages look pretty much alike. This is kind of ballpark how they look. There's always a lot of blackening out passages and whatnot, and it all looks pretty much alike. Here. I think this is it. Here it starts, this one, and the same thing starts again here. It's the same thing. It's 9 pages that are actually identical. In addition, there's magnificent pages such as this. This is all black, okay? This is all black. This is an entire page of black. There is nothing to be seen here. An entire page of black. Basically, this is taxpayer money. So the toner for that photocopier is taxpayer money. This is how the Verfassungsschutz makes use of taxpayer money, by sending me an entire page photocopied black. Okay, I just want to point that out for completeness sake. That kind of shit ain't gonna happen in Finland. I want to point that out to you. But really, in the context of this video, I wanna show you one particular email. Namely this one here. The same detective constable, let's see, this one here. The same detective constable from FTAC, this is the second page of it, FTAC, Royalty and Specialist Protection, who writes here, amongst other shit, well, I'm going to read the entire thing. Please see the attached communications from Herr I like that, from Herr Trubshaw. Following on from our earlier referral, someone, whoever that be, advised that there was no legal basis on which to prevent his travel to the UK. He was intercepted by UKBF, which I assume means Border Force, and entry to the UK was refused for no good reason, no legal reason whatsoever. They say that there is no legal reason. I am a European citizen being barred from entering a European country when they themselves say there ain't no fucking reason to do that. And yet they do that, just for completeness sake. That's the topic of this video. We are aware that he has returned to Austria and that his communications via email and YouTube postings continue, because this is dated 21 January, and after I came back again from my attempted visiting of London, I recorded a video of my fascinating experiences. You can find it online here on my YouTube account. Here's the interesting part. He appears to be in distress. That's what it says here. I'm not fucking up the grammar. That's what it says here. He appears to be in distress and preoccupied with the intelligence services. His communications are generally rambling and chaotic and indicate a continuing decline in his mental health. We feel that is a duty, that's what it says, I'm not fucking up the grammar. We feel that is a duty on us to communicate our concerns to you about this individual, as while he remains untreated and in the community, he could pose a risk to the local community. As Mr. Trubshaw resides outside the UK, we are limited in our action and rely on any assistance you may be able to offer in referring this individual to local medical/psychiatric services. No shit. The Verfassungsschutz sent me some detective constable, apparently also, amongst the many other things that this detective constable most probably is a psychological expert or something, you know. They ask the Austrians, just declare him insane, will you? And I got news for you. They tried to. See, I've been to the loony bin twice. Once I got a magnificent thing. Once they're actually, the first time around namely, I actually have here a thing called Gutachten by one, what is he called? Primarius im Ruhestand Dr. Heinz Pfolz, Facharzt für Psychiatrie und Neurologie, allgemein beeilter und gerichtlicher zertifizierter Sachverständiger. This dude wrote a multi-page Gutachten. What is Gutachten in English, actually? That's a technical term I'm not familiar with, so let's look it up. Expertise, I guess, or whatever you call it. Yeah, expertise, expert opinion, certificate, well, yeah, expertise. So he wrote an expertise which says, quintessentially, alright, and I should point out, this dude talked to me for like 20 minutes or something, okay? Bear that in mind for what I'm explaining you next. This was before the London attempt. This was back in 2014, okay? This here. This dude actually talked to me in a very professional manner for some 20 minutes and arrived with this expertise. Now, I already, even though that was a professional talk, I already considered that a rather brief talk. Nonetheless, he came up with the expertise, which basically says, if you read this and read, not even in between the lines, if you read what it says in the lines, it actually says, all right, now I understand the circumstances, how he wound up here, but I assure you this is a perfectly 100% sane man. And that's what it says in here. So they weren't very happy at the outset that this was the result. So in early 2016, this FTAC fella said, please declare the man insane. He has no respect for Fex Mundi and the mind fuckers, and you know. And the Avern did, because when they coerced me into hospital in 2016, early 2016, after this thing, I get another psychiatrisches Gutachten. This time around from a fucker called Dr. Norbert Bender, Facharzt für Psychiatrie und Neurologie, Universitätsklinik für Psychiatrie, Wieringer Gürtel, 1090 Wien. The fascinating thing about this is, on my second visit to that very same, incidentally, loony bin, And it's really kindergarten loony bin, right? I mean, this is not like in a bad movies or something. This is like, you can just walk around there. There's a bunch of, mostly old people actually, more than insane or anything. So it's a pretty cool affair, but you are drugged up with psychopharmaca. I recorded a video, one video actually, the one before my job offer. If you go back to the earlier 2016 videos, you can see that, where you can still see how the psychopharmaca affects everything and how I'm a little slow and everything. So it wasn't my second vacation to the loony bin. Let's call it that. My second vacation to the loony bin in 2016, after the fuckers from FTAC bloody demanded that I be declared crazy, literally. Not even trying to make this sound euphemistic or something. They actually are fucking telling them, go declare the man crazy. So this dude, I was amazed by that second stint at the loony bin, because first of all it was way shorter, and no one talked to me at all. At all. Like the first time I was there was these regular little talks, and there was this large, detailed, in-depth 20 or so minutes talk with the fellow who wrote this. This Dr. Bender fucker, he was a guy who talked to me for like 3 minutes. And most of that was him not even looking at me, just searching around and shit. There was something in here called Aktenstudium. I guess that is what 2.5 minutes of searching around and shit refers to. And the other half minute, it was just nonsensical things. So, so how did you wind up here? And I explained the circumstances somehow and whatnot, and this was not at all anything remotely like an actual professional conversation like to this guy. And the result is that he declared me crazy. Based on 3 minutes of grotesque ridiculing me, this guy declared me crazy. He says, culminating his Gutachten, and I quote to you, I'm going to actually show you this. You can read this. Here. That bottom part here, number 3, as it says. Zur Frage nach einer alternativen Behandlungsmöglichkeit ohne den Schutz, den das Unterbringungsgesetz bietet. Der Patient ist nicht krankheits- und behandlungseinsichtig. Und this shit is rich. Every single thing, as it's mentioned in here, is oozing euphemism and ridicule and what. This will be a historic document for humoristic purposes. This will one day in Finland be on display in a fucking museum of funny things. Okay? Not anywhere else. This fella says, der Patient ist nicht krankheits- und behandlungseinsichtig und würde bei Aufhebung der Beschränkung das Krankenhaus verlassen. Aus medizinischer Sicht kann der Untersuchte daher derzeit in keiner, and that's bold, look at that, people, in keiner anderen Weise als durch Unterbringung in einem geschlossenen Bereich verbunden mit Beschränkungen ausreichend ärztliche Behandlung betreut werden. Which means, just so you people understand that, the first time I went to a loony bin for no good reason, being the sanest man on earth, it quintessentially resulted, even though I was horrendously drugged down with psychopharmaca that first time around, the second time around I was much less on zombie mode, as I call it. They used different psychopharmaca and I wasn't so just fucked up by them in a general way. I was a little more lucid the second time around even, but even that first time, the fella whose job it was to sit his ass down and do an actual expertise said, that dude's perfectly sane. The second time, where I was much more lucid, got a 3-minute ridiculing talk about this here bastard, the guy knew in advance. He probably had this shit written in advance, because he was asked to go and fucking declare me crazy. And that is what this does. He actually says, I need to be locked up in a mental hospital. He says that in bold writing. But I didn't. Because here I am. I didn't break out of the mental hospital or anything. No, I said, okay, can I get released now? And they said, well, okay, sure. You need to understand. I know if you're watching this in America, you probably want to, how can that be? Well, you don't quite understand Europe. You don't quite understand ex-Austria as it used to be. You don't quite understand Amtsschimmel. Amtsschimmel. Does the dictionary have red tape? I have never heard that before. The dictionary suggests red tape. I don't understand what that means. It's red tape all the way, okay? Whatever. So there you go. Maybe that makes sense to you English-speaking people. I've never heard that before in English, red tape. Basically, they must be pretty desperate at the Albion, you know? And of course on Albion. Because the Albion fellas made it very clear that the Herr Trubshaw needs to be declared insane. And the Albion said, no. And they went and declared me insane. And here I am, the sanest man on earth. That goes to show to you fuckers out there that the Abwehr is no Übermacht at all. Now, what this also goes to show, unfortunately, and here we retouch on the topic of this here video, is that the Abwehr has kein Geniere, as we say in Viennese, to just bloody go and declare me insane, you know? And should they ever decide that that is necessary one more time, they might decide to declare me crazy one more time or something, you know? Which really means I'm one rent away from eviction, and any time the Abwehr and their Dunskais can fucking drag me to a mental hospital. Anytime they fucking please. For no good reason. Because some detective constable explicitly demanded that I be declared crazy, and some fucking Dr. Noah Bender piece of shit who will most definitely not keep practicing as a psychiatrist in Thailand, I assure you that much, or as much anything really. Then again, he was of a certain age, not exactly pensioned yet, if I remember the guy right, but be it as it may. What I'm saying is, you probably don't understand my situation. My situation is, I am on ridiculously low unemployment money, of which I have to pay back a credit to the bank, a debt to the bank, which makes it even less. I got from the unemployment office a job offer, namely Bildungsreferent Team Funktionsausbildung in der Bundesfinanzakademie. I'm not even sure how to translate that into English. Some dude for education in Funktionsausbildung, I don't even know what that means, in functional education at the Federal Finance Academy. That is a job offer that I get from the unemployment office here. What you need to understand is, if the unemployment office sends people a job offer and they don't apply for it, they can say, well, we offered you a job, you didn't apply, we'll have to cut your money. This job offer is not just of a nature that is not at all anything for which I am at all qualified, let alone interested, that's not the point. I am not at all qualified for it, but moreover, it does not, the entire fucking description of it does not even include, there's 3 pages in total. It is, I can give you this, if you want to hack into the unemployment office computer, this is ADG, that's one of the numbers they use, 86210449588U01, or PST 3713744965960. That is the number of that job offer. Not just is it not at all my kind of thing, not just is it utter ridicule of the upper end, pertaining to what kind of job it is, but moreover, they don't even give an email address where I am to apply. That entire description, this is 3 pages long, that entire description does not contain an email address to which I would have to send my application. Moreover, it does not even give a telephone number of anybody where I could call up and apply for a job. Moreover, it does not even give a precise address where I could write to. It says Kontaktinformation, Steuer- und Zollkoordination, Region Wien, Personalabteilung. Sorry, I just see there is a phone number. I take back the phone number. But there's no email address and there is no actual address. It just says Steuer- und Zollkoordination, Region Wien. That's all it says. Okay? So not just are they completely ridiculing me by declaring me crazy, fucking abwärmt, because some fucker from the UK demanded so, when the actual experts said I was perfectly sane, but they ridicule me with job offers like this. And if I don't apply to this, and I have to apply to this because I got this a couple of days ago, and there's only an 8-day time window in which you have to apply and actually prove to the unemployment office that he did apply, so I have to apply for the shit tomorrow or something. This job is one that I am completely unqualified of, or for. This is a completely pointless job offer. I know that everybody at the Zollkoordination will look at my application I'll send tomorrow and go, what? Is he kidding himself? You know? But if I don't apply for this shit, they will cancel my unemployment money. And that means 1 month down the line, I'm getting evicted here. And then I'm out there on the street when it's still rather chilly. Okay? I do want to remind, and here, this is the point of the video, I do want to remind people of the fact that I have been financially utterly ruined by Fex Mundi. I need money. This is once more a kind reminder to anybody watching these videos that ideally you send some money my way. Anybody. Any amount. It needn't be bazillions. Just send a couple $100 my way. That would help me already. I need money from someone out there. You wouldn't be bribing me. You wouldn't be paying me. You wouldn't be allowed to expect any kind of favors in return because I am the prime protector of mankind. And that means when I am in need, you ought to bloody see to it that you help me, because thereby you'd be helping mankind. Some of you fuckers will quintessentially be brought to death by your nations, follow-up nations as they are, successor states, but for the simple reason, if for no other reason, I'm sure they will find plenty of other reasons, but amongst them will be because you couldn't even be asked to send a couple $100 to the prime protector of mankind, who tried to liberate mankind from inhuman technologies and mind control and whatnot. For that very reason. And I want you to understand how Albion filth asked for me to be declared crazy, and local filth said, yes, sir. I want you to understand that. And understand my financial situation and see that some money comes my way. Transfer it to my bank account. You have my bank account information on several videos here on YouTube. Bring it to my fucking door cash. Send me a letter with cash, whatnot. I don't care. I need money, people. Seriously. Thank you.